Hello all, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to learn about Msgbox, different kinds of Msgbox we have in Excel macros. So till now, we have seen different functions, different basic functions, how to, it's like starting from developer option to how to open a window, editor window, how to do some basic operations with form control buttons and all. In this video, we are going to learn more about a message box, a warning messages, or a completion messages. How can we configure that? So let's get started. So the content which we are going to be will be covering in this particular video is a particular message box function, MSG box function, and MSG box function with different parameters. So without wasting time, let's get back to the Excel. So this is just a reading material for you all. As you can see, the content which we have here is it starts with the function name as MSG box and the prompt which is the message, the actual message, then the buttons. So as I said in my earlier videos as well, so whatever it comes in square bracket, it goes as an optional, even if it is okay even if you not mention it. So it says buttons, so we have different types of buttons over here. And okay. Then it says title, so the title of the message box prompt, whichever you want, and the return value of this particular message box function. So let's try this out once. I'll be using the same sheet which we were using it for the previous videos as well. So like we'll have everything at a single place, so it will be better for me to share the data with you all. So this particular sheet, this particular data will be available with this particular video in the link given below, so don't worry about it. So here let me create a new function, new subroutine. So subroutine session 9. So here we are. So it says with MSG box, you can see it has by default shown you the parameters. So this is a function name and these are the parameters which it accepts. So say we have a value or we have a prompt which says, hey, I'm here. And then okay, for now let's just see if we are able to see this or if we are able to get this as a message box window. So I'm debugging this now. I'm just clicking on it and pressing F8 and F5 to execute. So you can see I've got this message. So it says the prompt message, whatever we give it over here, it will be displayed in the message box window. So next is you can see the buttons. So you have different buttons over here. So we have VB okay, okay only, VB okay cancel, and different types of buttons we have over here. So I'm just pressing okay as of now. Let's try one more thing. MSG box. Hey. Then buttons. You can see here we have different buttons over here. You can say VB cancel and the title say sample message window. Oh, sorry for that spelling. And that's it, I believe. So, okay, one more thing. You can give a bracket over here, or like you can ignore it as well. So that's completely optional. So in this for in place of this particular VB OK cancel, you can give multiple options. So for now, let's stick to one. You can see this is the normal one, and I'm saying that you can see sample window message. It says, "Hey, I'm here again." The second message box, and we have two buttons over here. So this OK only button that comes by default on any message box window, and so whatever we have given it over here as a second as a second button, it comes back. So you can see, unless and until we are operating, or like we are clicking on this OK button or cancel button, or we are closing this window, you cannot actually proceed with any of the execution. That execution bar is disappeared. You can see, if you would have observed, that yellow bar, which says the execution, that that have been disappeared now. Let me press on OK button over here, and you can see it is here again. Let me show you again. If I press F8, so unless and until I do any operations over here, that execution will be freezed. So this time let me press cancel, and it comes back. So okay, so we have seen different options over here. Like we have seen an OK button and cancel button. But if we wish to make out that if that user have pressed on OK or cancel, then what? How can we do that? So that is also configurable. What we can do is, instead of this, we can write the same thing again. Let's try to write one more message box. I'll have the same VBOK cancel. So we'll have two buttons. We'll have OK button and we'll have cancel button. And it says we'll have the same sample MSG window. Okay, this time I'm putting braces. Okay, and with this it says equals to sign is mandatory, because if we put a brackets over here for this particular function, this means we need to have, like, this particular message is returning some value. So let's store something, that value in a variable. So this x is a variable in which that value will be stored. So as I said, like, so what will be this value? So this value will be, you can see here, so the return values, it can be of these 7 types. It says VBO, say if the value returned was equals to 1, which it means VBOK button was clicked. If it returns 2, it means cancel button was clicked. If it returns 3, which it means that button was that window was closed abruptly. And some other options, like if we have ignored this, or if there was, instead of OK and cancel button, if we have configured yes and no button, then it would return 6 or 7. So depending on what we have configured and what response we give to that particular message box, we'll get the return values. So we'll try to see this. We'll create one more. So for first one we'll do uh, OK, and for the first one we'll click on OK, and for the second one we'll click on cancel. Cancel now. Okay, so let's execute again. I'm just debugging it, pressing F8. F8. You can see here this is okay. Then I'm again coming back over here, and now this time it says, like, if I press on OK, you can see the value of x which is returned is equals to 1. You can see if the VB OK was clicked, it will return 1. And if I press on cancel, value return will be equals to 2. You can see, so if I clicked on 2, the value returns is equals to 2. So we have tried these two options. So a task to you after seeing this video, what you can do is you can try these other options, other 5 options. Just try it out, give it a try. It's quite simple. When, as I said, you can configure these yes or no buttons, or you can just click on that cancel button of the message window which pops up, and you must see some different return values on that particular video. So you can take it as an assignment for you with this particular video. So now let's try to add this particular message box at the end of the execution. So we had this particular button. What it does is, like in the previous videos, what it was doing, it was copying the data using dot copy method, also using like directly copying it, or like by selecting a range or by selecting a cells. or it was copying the data by selecting the dot select method as well. At the end, what we will do is we'll give a message box, say Msgbox, which says prompt as done, which means like the execution is complete. uh, we'll have this particular thing like, okay, don't we'll have a message box for clearing as well. Clear data is done, like, or whatever, it's up to you, the naming convention, whatever you wish to provide. So just one thing to make sure, that the prompt message should be in double quotes. So if you're not giving double quote, that means it is considering it as a variable. So for now, just make sure that the prompt message which you are giving, it should be in double quotes. So like what will happen if we don't give the double quotes? We'll see it in the session, which we'll be covering it in the upcoming series. Um, that's it should be, I guess. Like let's execute it once end to end. You can see it cleared the data for the at the first, and then it is copying the sheet. Okay. Yeah, that copy sheet is done, and then again clear sheet is done. So that's how you use the message box function. Majorly, we use to provide the endings, or to initiate to or the startings of the execution, to make sure like if we can add a message box saying that are you sure you wish to start with the execution. There you can have yes or no, where we can return the value, like we can check if the user have selected yes, then only we can proceed with the execution. If user have selected no, then we can abort the execution. So that way we can use this message box function. And like there are many other ways with which we can use this particular message box function. You can try out these particular options, and we'll use this message box function in our next coding front as well. So till then, like in the next particular session, we'll be covering the variable types in Excel macros. So till then, thank you.